Hi everybody, this is Linda. Welcome back to Hands That Cook. And tonight I'm going to share with you a recipe that was given to me by one of my subs, Glenda. And she got it from her aunt, and I've had it for quite a while. And her aunt is 90 years old. And she said, "Believe me, Linda, when I tell you this is the best butter cookie you'll ever eat." So we're going to get started with it. In the bowl I've got 1 pound of butter. That's right, 1 pound. A whole box of butter sticks, four of them. And I'm going to beat these up, and they're softened to room temperature. I'm going to beat them up just a little bit. Now I'm slowly going to add, I don't even know if I want to do this with it on. Oh, look at that butter. 2 cups of powdered sugar, and I did sift it because you don't want lumps in your powdered sugar when you're putting it in a cookie. Well, anytime really, but especially when you're putting it in a cookie. You just don't want lumps. Alright. We're going to start this off slow. And I've got this on a stir cycle because I don't want it everywhere. Glenda, I want to thank you ahead of time for this recipe because I know it's going to be delicious. Alright, I'm going to lift this up for a minute and scrape the sides down because I don't have my flex edge beater on here. And even when you do, at times whatever you have in your bowl will need to be scraped down because it goes up above the flex part. I'll scrape this down. Preheat your oven 325 degrees. This is 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla. And get that mixed up in there. I'm going to cut it off again. You see where the vanilla has stuck to the sides of this bowl? We don't want that. We want it in the cookie. Here it is up above here. There we go. Now, you can put other things on this cookie, like sprinkles and nuts and all of that, but a good butter cookie is just so good by itself. You know, plain. And I think I got out a few nuts, but my main thing is that I just want to do it plain. I just want a plain cookie. So that's what I'm going for here. And I dropped a little down here. I'm going to get it. I don't want to waste not one bit. My counters are clean. I have washed my hands 4 times. So I'm not worried about my hands for sure. Alright. I'm going to let this stir just a little. Now the next thing going in is 3 cups of all-purpose flour. And just add it gradually so you don't get a big old flour cloud. You know, you can get these little plastic things at the grocery store when they give you, when you go in to buy something. Back in the deli, just ask them to give you a few, they will. And it just makes things so much easier putting it into your mixer. And I have another little hint for you. When you're going to make something that calls for softened butter, go ahead and get it out the night before, but don't leave it in the packaging. Put it in your mixer and let it soften in there. Because you know, when you try to take the packaging off of the butter, some of it always sticks. And you end up scraping the paper, the butter paper, to get all the butter out. But if you go ahead and put your butter into the bowl you're going to mix it in, then it's already in there and it's softening as you sleep. And if you got any little critters you worry about, kitchen critters, just cover your bowl. Cover it with plastic wrap or tin foil or whatever. Just cover your bowl. Now I'm going to turn this up a little bit. This is all-purpose flour, if I didn't mention it. I didn't sift it, but I did sift the powdered sugar. I sifted. All right. I thought it would be stiffer than this, but it's not. So, let me read her directions to see if you have to put it in the fridge. Well, because I have to roll this in a ball, and you see how very pliable this batter is, I am going to put this in the fridge for, I don't know how long it'll take. It won't take long, 15 minutes maybe. And my oven will still be preheating, and then I'll bring you back and we'll continue on. Alright, we're back, and the cookies, the dough is going to have to stay in the refrigerator an hour, anywhere from an hour to 2 hours to get to a point where you can roll them and they not stick all over your hands. And I put a pecan in these. This is my first batch. I still have more. The way I figure, I think this will make about 3 dozen cookies, but I made big cookies. So when you put your fruit in, or nuts or sprinkles or whatever, don't push the sprinkles down. They should stick. but the pecan just pushed down. Gonna put it in a 325-degree oven. It'll bake from 8 to 10 minutes, and Sam will be the taster. Let me get a little further down on them. Aren't they pretty? All right, my cookies are done. And the first batch, the batch you saw me roll out and put nuts in, were made much too big. Much too big. It took about 20 minutes for them to bake in the oven at 325. So I had enough, left to make these. And I want to say roll them about the size of a walnut. And then you got to push them down a little bit with your fingers. And then you put your nuts or cherry or whatever you're going to put on them. Sprinkles. I got several different kinds to show you here. Red sugar and these little colorful Christmas sprinkles. I tasted them, and I want to say that they are delicious. They're delicious. They just melt in your mouth. They just melt in your mouth, and I'm giving one to Sam.
They do that, don't they? Best butter cookie I've ever tasted. The trouble will be to quit eating them.
Well, let me tell y'all, if it says, I'm going to put the recipe down below, and it'll say let it cool on the cookie sheet about 30 seconds. I found that it took longer. And if you go up under them with your spatula and they start to curl up with your spatula, it's too soon to take them off. And they're very delicate. They're very delicate. But it's a great cookie. I've never, Glenda was right, I've never tasted one any better than this. Excellent, excellent. And isn't this a perfect time of year during the holidays? Your company would love these.
Yeah, they've got great texture also. And here's a little Christmas joke for y'all, kinda. I know it's a little early, but not much. A group of chess enthusiasts, that's chess like the game, checked into a hotel and were standing in the lobby discussing their recent tournament victories. After about an hour, the manager came out of the office and asked them to disperse. But why, they asked, as they moved off. Because, he said, I can't stand chestnuts boasting in an open foyer. Little corny.
That's cute, Sam.
It's Christmassy.
Yeah, it is. Part of it's Christmas.
These cookies are great. Now, I tried one when they were hot, and I think it's best to let them cool because they get...
Well, you didn't try one when they were hot because you can't even take them off the sheet. They'll roll up like a Tootsie Roll.
Best to let them cool, then they've got the perfect texture.
They're nice and buttery. And just in case you all ask, I never use unsalted butter. And in the body of the recipe that I'm going to leave below, it doesn't state unsalted. So that was good for me because I would have used salted anyway. I just don't believe in unsalted butter. But that's it, and I hope you all enjoy them. They're delicious, delicious cookies. You don't have to put a nut in them. You can have them plain. They're just that good.
They're better with the pecan.
Well, you don't know. You didn't have one plain. But anyway, thank you for coming in today and spending part of your day with me. I always appreciate it, and hello to my new subs. Until next time, you all take care, and God bless every one of you.